Oh, that says fasten tension belts. That's what it was getting confused with there. I'm too close, so when I push buttons it's thinking, oh, are you wanting to interact with the tree trunk or are you wanting to interact with the trailer? Okay, oh good. On you go. And the last one, please. The one that caused all these hassles. And this one's 22 kilos, so I should probably be able to lift it up without a strongman running. Just a thought. Drop that on there. Oh, I am going to get the last two pieces with the tractor. How am I doing? Good. Gotcha. Farm Sim 17 was the first farm sim I got into, and it was because of a YouTuber called IL Grey, who was a World of Warships YouTuber. So I used to watch his videos about World of Warships, and one day he decided to buy Farming Simulator 17. It had just come out. And so he did hey, I've just discovered this new game, let's see what it's all about. It's the only video he ever did on Farming Simulator. But I figured, actually, that doesn't look like too bad of a game. I'd seen it way back. Was the very first Farming Simulator came out, kind of like Train Simulator. And I think they came out approximately the same time. And I just looked at it and said, how exciting can driving a train be? Because you don't have, you can go fast, you can go slow, you can go ludicrously fast and crash, but really it's not, there's not a lot of imagination there. Now it turns out that actually the skill in Train Simulator, especially on passenger workings, is actually stopping at the platform so people can get off. And on freight workings, they usually have complicated scenarios, go to here, pick up stuff, and you've got a timetable, so it's not actually that bad. And with Farming Simulator, it's actually quite interesting. And a game like this kind of encourages me to get out there and learn a bit about farming. So it's a little bit educational and it's a little bit, it's fun. I can sit back, relax on a Saturday morning and do things while virtual rain falls down on my fields. But it was, so back when it first came out, I just thought, how exciting can driving a tractor up and down a field be? And so I never bothered with it. And it wasn't until one of the World of Warships guys decided, hey, look, there's this game I've discovered, let's see what it's like, that I said, well, actually, this isn't a bad game. Or it doesn't look like a bad game, I'm going to buy it. With Train Simulator, I went one better and I waited till the Christmas sale and I picked up Train Simulator for about $4. And then discovered, well, the reason they sell the game for $4 is because they make most of their money on the DLC, and there's like $2,000 worth of DLC for the game. At which point you realise that it's actually, selling the game is peanuts. It's all to do with the DLC. Although you don't have to spend $2,000 on every single DLC, because you're probably never going to play it, and you're probably not that interested in it. My interests tends to be British maps and rolling stock, so that's generally what I buy. And I wait till the sales when they're 90% off, 70% off. Oh, it's time to buy that DLC now because it's cheap. Here we are. With tractoring, you don't have to buy the DLC. But like I've said, some of the DLC is brilliant, and it's really based on what you like to do. So I tend to like smaller farms. So things like the Kern DLC and the Vicon DLC are good for me DLCs, because the equipment tends to lend itself to the more compact farms. The Bogolt DLC, completely not my cup of tea. The John Deere cotton harvest pack was never used it. Part of the problem was if I ever wanted to play a cotton farm, I'd get the Case IH harvester because it was $500,000, where the John Deere was $750,000. And you still needed all the rest of the supporting equipment like bale pickups and what have you. But it's like, how much real world money do I want to spend that will make the game more fun for me? And like I said, big giant equipment, I can make use of moderately sized equipment, but even here I think we're on a 12 meter. The Kubota DLC was brilliant, and the Kubota mod pack, which came out at the same time. Giants did the Kubota DLC, which was the tractors, the front loaders, all the rest of the stuff, and the multi-passenger vehicle capabilities. But somebody else did Kubota equipment pack, and they took the Glenleathann DLC and painted it orange. But they packaged the entire thing in one pack, so I prefer to get the Kubota equipment pack than I do to get the Vicon DLC or the Vicon mods. Giants released the Vicon mods, but what they did was they released each piece of equipment as its own mod. So if you want all of it, you have to load each and every one, whereas the Kubota stuff was where is it? Oh, we had blah 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 blah. We had baler. So I don't know if I've got the fast bale here. I think they did give us the fast bale, but you've got the Kubota fast bale, but it also came with the mowers and all the rest of the stuff. Is that fast bale? Vicon fast bale. No. The Vicon fast bale is you have to download just the fast bale. And then if you want the other Vicon equipment, you have to download just that. Kubota sprayers set. You can get those two packaged together and that packaged on its own as Vicon Glenleathann stuff. So yeah, it's... Now, one thing we did not check was, what's up for sale today? Zetor, I think the big giant heavy duty forklift was the last thing we saw. So there's a Zeta. That's a thing. Kubota, cultivator, a potato planter, 130 horsepower case, big class quadrant. Been talking about cotton stuff and all the things, and there they are. Roland bale trailer. I think that comes with a auto load, yes. Straw bale chopper, a wrapper, 125 centimeter wrapper, that thing, logging thing, and one of those. Well, there you go. Lots of things. Nothing I'm interested in. So the other thing I did want to check was finances. Oh, we've done a lot of things this month. Is vehicle leasing a separate thing? Production costs, property income, property maintenance, vehicle leasing cost. So we've spent 24,122 on the harvester and the low loader. The low loader really didn't work out, and we've made 2,000 on the wood so far. So we're now ahead, but obviously every time we use this thing, it does cost us a bit of money. There we go. It's a little bit of delay from turning the wheel before it actually drives off. Now if I go forwards and then turn it, it'll steer while turning, but if you steer it while it's stationary and then try and drive it, it just gets messed up. Okay, lift that off the ground. Twist it sideways. Can you twist the head on this? I don't know. Don't need to right now. Okay. So we get that one. So how am I doing? Oh, it's 11 o'clock. No, don't lift the tractor off the ground. There it is. Oh, I messed that up. Oh. What am I doing? There you go. Now see if you can find your way to the trunk. That's much better. Chop that. Lift it up, back away from the hedge. Don't get caught. We got caught, didn't we get caught? Well, that's going to work somewhat. Or not. Good grief. And looks like we've just put a log through the front of the New Holland. So that's fun. And yay. Things. Oh, I've got this all sorts of messed up, haven't I? How do I... Ah. Well, that would be why, because I'm moving the boom the wrong way. This all feels, I will say it again, this all feels backwards, the way this boom works. Still cutting to 6 meters. I'm just going to leave that one for now. Get this thing backed off. It's not going to back up. Yes, it is. There you go. And then eventually I'm going to put a driveway in over to our farm track that's behind the hedgerow to the west, east, somewhere. Don't steer, drive, then steer. Oh, back up. So there's a couple of little annoying things with this, but for the most part, I would say it's not too bad. Twisting sideways. Go. Yeah, and I find Giants do make some really good mods. I mean, one of the ones we used on this farm was in the baler category. They gave us these two. I mean, it's the same thing, but it's two separate mods. One's red, one's green. But I did like that. I think it's the first the first baler they did, which the baler only does medium-sized bales, but that's all you can wrap. So not too shabby. But yeah, you go through the list or do a search in the mod hub. You'll find Giants have produced tons of mods, and for the most part they're really good. Is that going to work? It's going to miss the tractor. That's good. Let's try doing that. I'm guessing I probably shouldn't be chopping wood in the rain, all things considered, but hey, we're here. I'm paying the lease on this thing, so to heck with that. Get close enough to that to get it to clamp on. Oh, and what was it? Millennial Farmer this week was... oh no, he was doing some... changing some parts on his new harvester, and also paid some guys to come in and that's not good. Spray his land with the drone. So he had the big giant drone out. Actually, two big giant drones spraying his land. Kind of cool. Then Tom Pemberton was out with Ollie Blogs. Planting stuff, and I'll say stuff because really it was, I don't know, it was sort of a seed mix to create sort of a wild cover crop, and he'll be back in a couple of weeks to review what it looks like. But it's really, support the wildlife, and then next year they'll be planting maize in that field. I think he said maize. maybe wheat, but he's going to be planting that straight on the cover crop, not no-till crop. Okay, where can I put this that's out of the way? Let's park it between these two. That works. Turn the engine off. Turn the engine off. Okay. We can get back in this thing. Turn the engine on. Oh. I think I did see something about bison being raised somewhere. I can't remember where it was though. And it was many months hence. Yeah, that's a disaster. Let's... Oh my. Try that one again. And it seems like I'm doing... Seriously, come on now. You've got to be kidding me. This does not like picking up this log straight. Probably because I'm perched on the forks, but you know. Okay, let's try to get this lined up properly. And close the fork. Gotcha. Of course, I haven't grabbed it in the middle, which means stacking 6-meter bundles on the logging truck is going to be interesting. Oh, you. I don't have it in reverse, that's why I'm having issues. Okay, there we go. Okay, let's try grabbing these in the middle from now onwards. Might work for out better. Maybe I should just concentrate on one thing at a time. Let's drive the tractor and get it lined up right. That kind of looks good. Then let's operate the fork while we're not driving anywhere. And let's drive. And tip it forwards, lift up the forky thing. And let's drive while we're... That isn't working very well, I will say. However, now I do have... Okay, that's how they should end up. I'm not doing very well with that. I think I managed to return the straps off, so that's good. tip it forwards. If I'm lucky, I've got both of them, and they'll stay grabbed. Oh, okay. You got one of them. It'll stay grabbed. And in theory, I've pulled that far enough back that I should be able to get that in there. And nah, it's a little bit further back than I would have liked, but so I think the other option would be to do something like just cut 12-metre lengths and live with it. Okay. Carefully lift that up. Yeah. Am I going to clip the front? I'm not. Good. I guess it's getting better.